Really? Half a ton? What? Wow. X. What? What? Okay. Go somewhere else now. One's got an assassination. Sure. Can I do this? Probably. He'll last a little bit longer. Dinner. There we go. Wondering what was going on. Okay. Should be able to do this with two. Might have to go get some coffee soon here.
Attention. Prepare for battle axe departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Oh my god, it has wheels. That's awesome.
Too bad we can't stretch our legs.
Like, okay.
Target acquired.
Tango eliminated.
Maybe if it rolls on a paved runway and a spacebar to hangar or something. Yeah, that's precisely what they use it for. Precisely.
Target is in the field, Commander. They're marked on your tactical display. Target down.
Target destroyed.
Roger. Prioritizing target.
I'm gonna see if I can blast against him here. Hurt me pretty bad though.
Critical.
They're not getting up the nuts.
Target
Lieutenant Russ.
incoming missile.
Hmm.
Add one more to my kill count.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Okay.
Tango eliminated. Copy that. Engaging.
Oh.
Right arm destroyed.
Target acquired. Critical. New
What?
target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Heat critical. New target acquired. Critical. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
There we go.
Acquired. Critical. Target destroyed.
Add one more to my kill count.
Ooh, Centurion.
Affirmative. On your target. Damn it! Component destroyed.
Incoming missile. New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Holy shit, that velocity on the AC-10 is super slow.
I'm getting zero reactor signature from the targets. Looks like we've got them all. Now let's pack it in before their friends arrive.
Oh. Fucking AC-10's on again.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Oh, and there's two mechs. This is not good. Teammate, please. I implore you.
Target down. Affirmative. Moving to your position.
Target acquired.
Someone's actually complaining that they had to pick up salvage boxes in the game.
Bring it, Commander.
No, what he's complaining about is like a mech does not pick up loot boxes. That's his argument. It's so fucking nitpicky. Question is, do I really want that? Yeah, I guess it's not really. They're really easy sells. Maybe just because I think I hate him. Wow. Okay. Question is, do I have something to replace this? I have a burst fire. Ammo. Might even. A lot of ammo. Really, dude? Oh, you're good. Okay. Yeah, multiple. Ooh. Whatever. I'll just go up here. Should probably stop looking at the feedback, as it's just gonna make me more annoyed that people are really fucking nitpicky. Alright, I'm done. Done talking there. What are you doing in the briefing room? Oh.
Konnichiwa. Dara desu ka?
What you doing in the briefing room?
I'm just sitting here. Is this, oh, this is the briefing room. Oh. This campaign feels like copy-paste, HBS.
Have you played through the campaign on HBS?
Not the whole thing, no. But I have played as much of the HBS campaign as I have played of the MechWarrior 5 campaign so far. I also managed to access my personal office computer from outside the office.
Yeah. I can see the similarities in startup. But after the first mission, or first 3, then it kind of not
yeah,
the same thing.
I just finished the 3rd mission, and I am trying to find where. Oh, create company.
Yeah, something super unfortunate. You don't get to customize your logo. That's my only customization beef that I got. Also on stream, I was kind of giggling because they introduce you to interstellar expeditions right away. I'm like, we're like right where near Minnesota tribe was last seen, so this is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it is. Your mic is like way lower quality than usual.
Huh?
Yeah.
How is that possible? It should be better because I'm not taking it through my voice mod anymore.
It sounds like you are maxing out your mic. It may be that my computer's having a hard time processing it because it's spinning so much.
No, I'm taking it seriously because you're not the only one that has said that my mic has sounded weird.
Okay. Yeah, no, it sounds pretty weird.
Yeah, how about now?
Also, when I click the button that says create company, it takes me to a screen that I can do nothing on.
How does the mic sound now?
Same.
Okay. What's the bit rate on this room?
On the
C4.
room? The room's just default.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I
would
thought
love to create the company, but you literally give me nothing to click on the screen. You don't have to access a console at all to go to that menu. You just hit tab.
But man, some people are really fucking nitpicky over in MechWarrior 5 Discord.
I mean, I am definitely finding it rather low quality. But
Really? I find it exceeding my expectations. I got into in half an hour. Dude who really hated the fact that he had to press a button on salvage boxes. He's like, a battle mech should not be picking up salvage. I'm like, you know
you're
that
not
Egger
marking
mechs.
it.
Yeah. But it's just, he's super there's a lot of nitpicky people. Some people are also complaining about everyone in the game being white. The character is also not able to be female, despite having gender being not not called out in the prequel books or something like that. Like apparently some people really wanted to be a female character or different but yet
Yeah, well,
you know
there
all
is
of
no personal character customization, but at the same time, there has never been in any previous MechWarrior title.
yeah, like that's where I was going next. I'm like all three
Yeah.
MechWarrior 4 games had you play generic white dude.
Yeah, I have gripes about the topics that these things that you've mentioned, but my gripes aren't the things that you've mentioned. Like my gripe on the salvage mechanic is that it zooms in on the salvage when you do it. Like that just annoys me.
You mean
It's
zooms
not-
in on the cell?
When I hold E to pick up salvage, it zooms in on the salvage. Like your screen focuses on it and zooms in.
Well, it's only
And-
like 3 boxes in the first mission that doesn't do that anywhere.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't done any other pickup salvage thing, so.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So yeah, that was annoying on the first mission where you were picking those up and it zoomed in on those. So, but it wasn't like
Target acquired.
game breaking. It was that's annoying. Whatever.
Target destroyed.
And then like certain things like the characters not turning to face you, it just feels.
They have a little bit of head. They have a little bit of head tracking.
Yeah, they have head movement but not body movement, and it's not like something that I am annoyed by. It just feels low quality given the things that like every other game is doing at this point. It feels like an old game, which I don't. It doesn't really bother me because I play a lot of old games,
Yeah.
but it feels like
Target acquired.
they didn't put as much effort as they could have into certain things like that, and they put too much effort into other things. And let's see, what was another one you mentioned? Oh yeah, the character. His voice just kind of picks me off. Like he just,
I thought he's actually one of the best voice actors I've. Or, I don't know.
in the game, yeah, but like compared to other MechWarrior titles, like all the other ones, like you kind of feel like, yeah, I like this guy. This one is just like, this guy's just like they did a great job making him generic, so you can put yourself in his shoes. It just feels too generic. He's a decent voice actor. He's just his voice is boring, and
I don't find him better
again, it's
than
like
any of the
these
MechWarrior
things that
4
I'm
voice
saying
actors,
are
but I don't find him
little-
more.
little gripes.
Target acquired.
These things that I'm finding are little gripes that are like, well, it doesn't feel like it's very high quality, but it like doesn't really affect the gameplay.
Yeah.
Although this one right here that I'm encountering definitely does affect the gameplay because I literally can't name my company.
Had that problem.
Probably just gonna close the game here and start it.
Hostiles inbound. Brace for contact, Commander.
Yeah, most of the nitpicks that I've seen on this server, and I had to stop at it because it's mess with me because I want people to say what they see rather than. I know I can't do that. I had to step away.
Yeah, I have hardly looked at it. I only looked in their report bugs. It's too much activity for me to keep up with anyway.
Oh.
Additional contacts just cross the perimeter, Commander. Expect company soon.
Target acquired.
Yeah, I was actually kind of pleased to see that the game better than the beta graphics.
Well, mine is performing way better because I have it actually installed on my SSD rather than my HD. it's
priority.
I still have the problem where my weapons will decide not to shoot though. And this is on a new install of the Epic Game Store and a new install of the game. and
Recon
everything.
has spotted additional
Well, maybe it's a hard.
heading along a trajectory that intersects
Yeah,
with your
maybe.
position.
Acquired.
I know a couple other people have had it, but most people don't. I also find it rather amusing that, and I totally get why they do it. There's no fall damage in the hangar, so you can jump off the catwalk
Oh, right, yeah.
onto Fahad's head.
Yeah. I found it hilarious that you could even jump at all.
Yeah, well, I found it amusing because the first in the first time you get to walk around, you can't jump, and I was like annoyed by that, and then you could jump, and you kind of like do dumb things with the ability to jump, like jump off the catwalk onto people's heads and just stand on their head.
Yeah. One nice touch that I thought was really cool is like during that tutorial mission, you have a mech walk out right in front of you. Be like, you wanted some scale, here's some scale.
Great work,
Well,
Commander.
remember, I've only done the first 3.
And have a narrow window to
Yeah, no, I was talking about the first tutorial mission where he's like walking you through.
Yeah, and you're in a mech, so mech's walking around.
No, you are walking out as a person. Just woke up and dude's assault mech just
Oh, yeah, well, he's... Hey, yeah, now I can... You can... You probably can't actually do it, but it defaults to Nyx Cavaliers. I wonder if
Yeah,
you
it defaults.
can work that. I wonder if you can just name yourself the same name you're changing it from. Yes, you can!
Target acquired.
That's funny.
Destroyed.
Your resistance is pulling in more hostiles from the surrounding area.
Yeah, the intro was solid. Got me ready for the game.
The intro cinematic look. It was painful to watch for
Great
me.
showing, Commander. Our
Or
warriors
are you talking about the first cinematic where, like, after the tutorial, or
I'm talking about the cinematic that's
The
like
interfere?
here. Yeah, here, like here's the prime run battle tech.
Okay. Yeah, I've already seen that, so
Oh,
yeah, because they released that as you know, like a preview thing.
Tango eliminated.
I do appreciate that Fahad mentions that Black Inferno is literally smoke.
yeah. No, that was a really funny self-aware joke.
Although the conversation doesn't always flow. It's like, it's bloody smoke, mate. Alright then, nice chat. Let's get back to work. It's like, that was not natural at all.
Well, sometimes you have grouchy mech talk. Maybe I just had lower expectations.
Well, I mean,
Very
I
happy with
had very low expectations. I'm just disappointed that, like, anyway. Like, I had low expectations, but high hopes. Like, I want it to be good, but I don't expect it to be. And so, I'm saddened that it is indeed, at least, as close to my low expectations as it is. So, even if it's above my expectations, it's still disappointing because I would like it to be better.
Project time.
Yep. Oh, okay. So you can skip stuff in the dialogue by walking away and clicking.
It'd be really funny if they went like really where, when just like in the middle of like walking away, there's like, hey, where are you going? I'm talking here.
Yeah. We could do that with ours. It'd be the same trigger that triggers it to change to like the radio sound.
Oh yeah.
And just on that trigger instead of that, hey, where are you going? that wouldn't be hard to do at all.
It'd be really hilarious if we were going with swearing and just have like the most aggressive way of asking where they're going. Like, oh, where the fuck are you going? Alright, beer back in, you'll get some water.
Oh, don't you bloody leave, mate.
Alright, I'm back.
I also lost my AC-10 on that first mission.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I could have not, but I decided to annihilate every single tank. And
Yeah.
online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Recon has tracked our target to somewhere within this vicinity. We have marked their most likely whereabouts on your map. That bounty is as good as ours.
It's kind of cool how they have the entering orbit animation. Oh, that's the second crash so far.
I haven't crashed yet.
Yep.
Target acquired.
Oh no, not today, SRM care.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
There they are, Commander. Take them out and let's get the hell out
So
of here.
apparently the editing tool are out but not out yet.
Yeah, like you can download them, but you can't use them or something.
Yeah, something weird.
Yeah, because I saw them say like, we'll work to get them out as soon as possible, but then like, I see them, I can download them.
Yeah. Some things might not be ready or...
Why do you always, when you resume, you spawn on the bay floor, not in the bridge?
Target acquired.
Oh, because I think it assumes that you want to do stuff with your...
Target
Which you can do
destroyed.
from anywhere. It's probably just because it looks the coolest.
Target acquired.
Spawn in and look up at a gigantic mech.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are literally so many spots that you can access the Battle Mechs portal from,
Acquired.
including literally just pressing tab
Looks like
anywhere.
we got some bad intel. Our target is not here.
I still kind of like going everywhere manual.
The locations.
Yeah, I like that they give you both options.
Target acquired.
That for the people that don't want to go places, you can just do it like that. But then if you want to emergently walk to places, then access a console.
Yeah.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Find it somewhat amusing that all of the person controls, outside of mech controls, are hidden. You can't adjust them at all.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, like you can do WASD,
Acquired.
and I assume jump jets would be the same as jumping.
Nope, nope. There's player controls at the bottom of the...
Target acquired.
Not for me.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, I have mouse settings, movement, which is all mech movement stuff, weapons, mech functions, landsmate command.
And I must...
Yeah, I would love to turn sprint to toggle. But can't do that.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Add one more to my kill count.
for mechs, and they already list each repair takes X amount of time, and so just as the time goes by, you start like center torso first, side torsos next, arms next, that kind of thing, and just tick off the repair things so you can drop a mech that's partially repaired.
That bounty is ours. Bard will break open a case of Timbiki Dark when you get back to
Shouldn't be
the
that
ship
hard to do.
safely. Amazing, Commander. Nice kill. It's even going critical.
Target acquired.
Focusing on issue target.
Acquired. Target
This is also
destroyed.
a very, very spacious looking dropship.
System offline. Target acquired.
That's correct. PC.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Mech destroyed.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
That's unfortunate. It didn't just replace the AC-10 with the one that I salvaged.
Huh?
The AC-10 that was destroyed, I also had one in the inventory, and it repaired the mech with broken AC-10.
Yeah, because you have to put the.
And why does it just say, "Oh, you want to replace your weapons with the same weapon that you already have?" It's an HVS.
Yeah, to swap out and replace.
So like it would give you that option during the repair process.
For that.
Anyone else here?
You would like select what you want to repair, and part of that was switching out broken weapons. Yeah, just because it takes extra time to add the weapons back in, it's basically double billing you for the time by not letting you replace the weapon. You'd have to go into edit loadout before you repair a mech.
Oh, I did that anyway.
The repair mech should let you do that without. Like, it's easy to remember to just always go into repair or to edit loadout before you repair, but that's not something that a player should have to remember if for good game design. You're basically saying, oh, because it doesn't let me do this thing that I should be able to do, I have to remember to do this in this order. All systems phenomena. Have you not heard that before? I have managed to get over Rihanna Campbell's accent. It's a very strange accent. It's not actually. It's someone attempting to imitate an accent, but I've gotten over it and I kind of like it now. I do find it quite amusing that Piranha Games seems to really like their AC-10s. Because in both MechWarrior Online and MechWarrior 5, AC-10s recharge faster than medium lasers.
Attention. Prepare for battle-like departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
This is a surgical strike, Commander. Our client wants us to take out a number of structures within this vicinity. Scout the points marked on your map and identify the specific buildings our client wants destroyed, then take them out.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Got another one.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target
I
acquired.
got it.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target
Let's
acquired.
get that thing.
Target.
Mech destroyed.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Add
Target.
one more to my kill count.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Ooh. That's broken geometry.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Yeah. Target down.
trade my Centurion for that guy's Jenner?
Target acquired.
I like Jenner's better.
Target destroyed.
My Jenner's just been having the worst time. It's probably the most.
Target destroyed. New target.
Also died twice.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Target down. I don't care if you are in charge. I'll happily return fire. Enemy mech eliminated. I got it.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Oh, that's a.
We're moving in behind you, Commander.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Tango eliminated.
Target destroyed.
Target neutralized.
Target destroyed.
One idea that I had as far as
I am streaming, so
no, yeah, as far as stream versus
Target acquired.
group LRMs,
yep.
Target destroyed.
instead of having them just be one or the other, or even just having different versions, have the difference between Artemis and non-Artemis.
Okay.
Target destroyed.
So that either there's two ways you can do that, where one would be the difference between the stream and non-stream. It is that the stream is normal and group is Artemis, or be that group is normal and stream is Artemis, but it has a noticeably tighter grouping, so that yeah, you might have some hit a wall that wouldn't normally, but the ones that hit all, the ones that make it are much more likely to damage
Good
towards
work,
the mass.
Commander. That's one less target.
You can
That
see
was a
either one
great
of
showing,
those
Commander.
working.
Our benefactor will be pleased with our success.
Yeah, we can play around with it once we get the tools. That be.
One thing I definitely don't like is that your pilot skills actually change your
damage, yeah,
dealt
yeah.
and taken.
Yeah,
That's-
that
oh.
that annoyed me too. Great.
And that your pilot actually skills up.
Dropship on approach, Commander. Prepare for extraction.
oh, I'm such a good pilot. My weapons do more damage. I can just shrug off your hits because I'm good. Oh, you want to survive longer? Get good, scrub. If you're good enough, you won't even take damage from that.
Sweat Warrior Online 5 Esports.
Optional objective, use the repair bay. No waypoint.
Oh, there will be. I can access a computer through a
I already mentioned that I managed to do that.
Oh, I thought you were talking like
Yeah. In mission repair bays are one of the things that are like completely dumb as far as actual mechanics, but are just time tried and true that these are in MechWarrior games.
yeah. What faction are you mainly back?
I'm not to that point yet, and I don't even know which ones are available yet.
Assuming Rosselhog gets added to the map in 3028, I think it was? No. When did Rosselhog become a thing?
I actually don't remember the year.
I think that's the only faction that get houses. Okay, so aside from their great houses,
The Interstellar or the Outwars Alliance sounds really nice because they're an alliance.
yeah,
But
I have a feeling that once Rosselhog comes up, I'm pretty sure he'll be back in that.
yeah.
Yeah, minor out of Dav.
Huh. So it looks like the repair bay goes away after that last during
Yes.
that last wave.
Yeah, it's a one-time use.
Okay, that's cool. I headshot the Griffin on that thing. Let's see if it shows up.
I've
at
been
all.
trying to go for headshots, they just do not happen for me. And yet everyone says that headshots are the easiest thing to do in this game. I'm like, no? know.
I mean, they're not easy, but they're not exactly hard. You just gotta take the time to do it. Like I kind of had to stand still and wait for the griffin to like start turning, and then he, um, as he stopped moving, I would take the shot. Like it's easy to know where the head is. Um, it's just hard to aim with the way the screen outruns the crosshairs. So, which is definitely something I want to change with there. Yes, Griffin 15 share cost. I can't do that.
Sorry, what did you want to change?
The way the screen outruns your crosshairs.
How would?
Well, basically, the way it is currently, it's the screen is fixed on where the arms crosshairs would be if you had it arm lock off, and you would just fix it on the torso crosshairs. It's basically I'm saying I'd change it from the way it is to the way it is in MechWarrior Online, because MechWarrior Online is fixed to your crosshairs.
Like the aiming better. There have been so many times, because there have been so many times I lose where my fucking arms are shooting. I'm just like shooting blankly over on my left side, trying to. When it actually focuses on the arms, like the more mobile crosshair, a lot easier.
When you
That's
have
just
arm
my personal.
lock off, they both work the same. With arm lock off, where your arms are pointing somewhere other than your torso, they both track the arm crosshair. The difference is that with arm lock on, where your arms are pointing the same spot as your torso crosshair, the in MechWarrior Online, it sticks to the screen sticks to where your torso crosshairs are. But in MechWarrior 5, your torso goes to where your arm crosshairs would be if you had arm lock off.
Oh, see, I don't use arm.
Yeah, so with arm lock off, they both work the same. So I don't see how you're saying that you like the MechWarrior.
Because MechWarrior 4 or no, MechWarrior 5 tends to stick to the crosshair a lot more. Like I will lose track of a lot easier. Whatever difference they made, that, but it helped.
Yeah, I think the difference is in MechWarrior Online, you move to where you want to go, and then your arms and torso meet in the middle. And so you'll move your arms to a place, and then they'll come back a little bit. In this, you move your arms to a place, and your torso just catches up, and your arms stay in that spot. And so, yes, basically, I'm talking about the same complaint. It's just that in MechWarrior Online had the problem with arm lock off, and MechWarrior 5 has the problem with arm lock on, where your screen doesn't stick to your crosshairs properly.
Would that be a mouse sensitivity issue on your?
No, it's a mechanics thing. Even for tiny changes, the screen moves and the torso moves. So I can be going like 1 degree a second, and the torso will always be lagging just a tiny bit behind the screen.
Yeah, see, I don't mind that.
It actually is worse for minor adjustments. It makes it harder to make fine aim adjustments. Macroscopically, it's annoying because, like, oh, I want to turn hard left. I move my screen or my mouse hard left, and my crosshairs are like on the right quarter of my screen, trying to catch up to the screen. And that's annoying, but it doesn't actually get in the way. When it gets in the way is when you're doing fine adjustments, trying to target a specific component, and your torso is more sluggish than your screen is. Even if your torso was no more sluggish than it is, but just your screen was the same amount of sluggish as your torso, it'd be a lot easier to keep track of where your weapons are going to go and easier to make those fine adjustments. But because your screen moves fast and your torso moves slow, the disconnect causes problems.
Interesting. Oh, it doesn't bother me in the slightest.
That's honestly my biggest gripe about the aiming system. It feels like it was specifically designed for arm lock off and no thought at all given to arm lock on, which would be why it doesn't bother you because you play with it off.
Why would you?
It gives you finer control over your torso weapons in MechWarrior Online. But with this being designed for arm lock off, the way it is, you have all of the disadvantages of arm lock on without without the main advantage of it being on. With arm lock off, a lot of people think that your torso will actually move faster with arm lock off in MechWarrior Online. It doesn't. I've tested it. But basically, if you have arm-mounted weapons and torso-mounted weapons, it will keep your weapons from hitting the same spot. Versus if you have all torso-mounted weapons, arm lock off is just straight up bad because where you're pointing your mouse is not where your weapons are pointing, almost ever. It's the problem that you have in MechWarrior 5 with arm lock off, or with arm lock on, where your screen is outrunning your cross. So in MechWarrior Online, if I have all or primarily arm-mounted weapons, I turn arm lock off. But if I have a mixture or primarily torso, I have arm lock on, because I want my screen to be tracking my primary weapons.
I've always played with arm, so
it bugs me when I see people playing with arm lock off because they miss so many shots, or get them, the burn spread across too many components because their torso is lagging their arms. And actually, I think with both of them, your torso speed is proportional to how far away from your arms crosshairs it is, so it kind of slows down as it meets up so it doesn't overrun it, which means, again, for finer controls, your torso is super sluggish because it's trying not to overrun it, so it's really slow, which makes it almost impossible to focus your weapons on a component unless you have your arms way away and you're just adjusting the speed, which is possible to do, but it's a lot harder than if you just have your arms locked to your torso, in which case whatever speed you move the mouse is the speed you move your torso. So you get much finer torso weapon control with arm lock on.
the only accuracy issues I've had was just convert in both games.
Yeah, and that's definitely one of the problems. The other problem is one that, you said you play always with it off, so you don't really know what it's like with it on. I play both depending on my weapon locations.
Well, technically I do, because MechWarrior, everything was tied to one.
Yeah, but that's in a completely different engine. That has absolutely no bearing on this. I'm saying the way arm lock on works versus the way arm lock off works in MechWarrior Online. These are the differences in your aiming. Because you've never experienced the other side. You don't know what you're missing, is basically what I'm saying.
I would be by my arm.
But yeah, so it's you gotten used to it that way, and so you would be missing your arms not moving. But if you got used to it the other way, then you would be able to see that it is better for primarily torso-mounted weapons. It makes sense that it would be like that. For arm lock off is better for arm mounted weapons. Arm lock on is better for torso mounted weapons. And that makes sense, and that's the way I use it. But this MechWarrior 5 is designed specifically for arm lock off, which makes torso mounted weapons really hard to use.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. What did you think of the,
I'm listening to something. Alright. Say again.
what did you think of the, scripted cutscene on the first mission?
Prepare for battle mech departure.
That's what I thought you were saying at first with the,
Stand clear.
saying you liked it, and I said it
Reactor
looked, I thought it
online.
looked terrible.
Sensors
I found it hilariously adorable, to be honest.
online.
I was like, I've never seen mechs so animated, so it was kind of weird. And then after I started thinking about it, I'm like,
Our intel
that's okay.
objectives at various locations in
Yeah, no,
the
I liked that bit, but just
on the map to locate
in general, the
individual
way,
targets.
and like
For enemy
also
tools in the area.
King Crab stepping on the commando's head. Like, I don't care how evil of a person you are. That's a bad idea, especially in the BattleTech universe. Even if you don't care about the meat inside, you're destroying your own equipment, and that is literally the most valuable piece of equipment in the inner sphere. I mean, not literally, because HPG
The only-
disruptions and stuff.
The,
but
the only time
I-
that would be okay is if you had a clan warrior doing it to an inner sphere mech because they didn't really care about inner sphere stuff. But when
Yeah.
when it comes to inner sphere on the inner sphere, that was
This
weird.
is 3015. Like,
Yeah.
that is a stinking rare piece of equipment that you just stepped on. Like, you're an idiot. Even
Like,
if
don't-
you don't care about the person.
I want to know what's
But
really.
if you are a really bad person, like, tech warriors are also pretty rare. You want that person to be able to drive another mech.
What's
It's
what's
valuable
really fucking funny though is that I actually had a very similar event happen with Redacted the mech and the very curated claw talons on the toes of it and squishing the head of a mech like that. I thought that'd be pretty.
I got it.
One thing that I thought about, and I don't know how hard or easy it would be, I definitely think it would be possible, would be to, instead of scripted cutscenes, have AIs actually piloting the mechs and just have it like where this is possible, where it's like an overwhelming force on the other side. There's no chance that the AI would accidentally win. Actually have the AIs battle it out and just change the camera follow them.
Not sure if that would be possible.
For a cutscene.
It would be, yeah, it'd be cool to do. Because then every time that someone goes to that scene, it'll also be different. Well, I mean, like, the main result will be the same, but...
Yeah. Yeah, if we could have a dynamically changing AI that to prevent it from even winning on like one-on-ones or something, then that would be really cool. But I'm mainly thinking of this for like battles like the one you saw in the opening one, where it's an entire lance versus a single mech. It's like, yeah, no, there's even accounting for AI variations, this mech is not going to survive.
Getting wrecked, but... Start that one. Happened, but I just... 2 minutes.
Yay, it has hung up.
About this out. Even then, it's I'm just excited for when I hit 3028.
Yep, gonna have to kill the game. It's completely hung up.
Well, you're playing on a laptop, right?
Yeah. Then again, with this same laptop, it runs MechWarrior Online and Destiny 2 and like all this other stuff.
Destiny 2 surprises me. MechWarrior Online does.
Reactor
MechWarrior Online
online.
has more problems than
Sensors
Destiny 2.
online. Weapons online. All
MechWarrior
systems
Online is
nominal.
terribly
We've
coded,
been
and
hired to
it
execute
has
an objective raid.
all of the
Our intel places these objectives at various locations in this
bugs
area.
and
Head towards
crashes.
the areas marked on the map
Destiny
to
2 is
locate the
actually
individual
well made.
targets. Watch for enemy patrols in the area.
I crash in MechWarrior Online way than any other program, except for MechWarrior 5 so far.
Have you been to Lava World yet?
I have literally done 0 missions past the intro missions,
Ah.
which I have said a few times now.
Target acquired.
Objective down.
I got it.
Now I have to listen to the debriefing again.
Target acquired.
But yeah, I can skip it now.
Destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Go up, unlock.
Tango eliminated.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Yeah.
Acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Target down.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Got another one.
I still can't assign mouse scroll to a new function.
Target off the list.
Target acquired.
I got it.
Target acquired.
On the commanded target.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target
Yeah.
Oh, didn't lose a leg that time.
Got another one.
target acquired. Target destroyed.
So it's weapons of a higher tier. So do they have the plus system?
Yep.
New target acquired.
Oh yeah, you're like right next to the Outworlds Alliance where you start.
Shooting down helicopters is just satisfying for some reason.
I can buy a Locust that's just a damaged head and a left torso and arm.
All the mechs that I found so far are like,
Yeah, I mean, I get they're damaged, but like, it's literally a head and an arm. That's not a mech.
A job well done, Commander.
That's spare
Stand by
parts.
for pickup.
about to say, it's a very interesting Saturday night. Interesting Saturday night in the Leopard. Yeah, when a mech tech head and arm of a locust walk into a bar. We're close to reputation.
Yeah, I do really like that the mechs you can buy are damaged. That captures the feel of 3015 very well. I mean, I think, and also the fact that you're a mercenary, probably not going to be buying directly from manufacturers like Grey Houses would be. Have you tried to buy anything in an industrial hub?
Yes.
Okay. In those places, there should at least be possible to get fully repaired mechs. But just out and about, you're not going to find fully repaired stuff. It's something that's kind of bugged me about previous games, like in MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries. You could actually, if you had enough C-bills and certain weapons didn't exist, you could farm them by stripping a mech, selling it, buying it back, stripping it, selling it, buying it back.
Huh.
And you could just create certain weapon systems. Now, it wasn't efficient cost-wise, but if you know, were good on money and they just didn't have any more of that weapon system, you could manufacture it out of thin air like that. And with this, doesn't look like that is the case. It's pleasant.
This system has black market. Alright. Destination.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Somewhere up ahead is the leader of Vogel's Vandals. Knowing these raider crews, once their leader is killed, their organization will spiral into chaos. Hopefully, that'll be enough to get them to leave our employers be.
One thing I find really amusing was very MechWarrior guys were the clown traveling at.
I never noticed that.
I'm on a level right now with super. It doesn't break the game or immersion for me. It's just kind of funny. Reminds me right back to MechWarrior.
I don't really remember that in MechWarrior 3 either.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Target down.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target
Add one more to my kill count.
target acquired.
Wilco, focusing fire.
I actually really like the scripted engagement, or not engagement, but the conversation and stuff with the Jenner pilot when you first see him. Like,
Oh.
he actually sounded like that pilot's lines made, or his voice acting of the line
Yeah.
made a cheesy situation actually feel real.
Yeah, I like his voice actor too.
Come on, fire the weapon. There you go. Oh, hi there, Hunchback.
Target is down. Good work. I think the farmers in this region will be able to breathe a little easier today. Now let's pack it in before their friends arrive.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Riding that red line.
Target acquired.
That in a sec.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Tango eliminated.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Toggle night vision during night visions. Great idea. It's almost like it was made for that.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
And again.
Tango eliminated.
Target destroyed. Ammo explosion detected.
We've got your target, Commander.
Interesting. Also, I looked at the instant action mech lab earlier to check for all the missing stuff. I still didn't see an ECM or a even though they're
Enemy mech eliminated.
Hey, you play this? Yeah, early game is a little bit slower than I would have liked.
Target down.
It's not really killing my enjoyment. It's just making It's just gonna make, like, whenever I actually get a heavy, a lot more fighting.
Got another one. Yeah.
Add one more to my kill count.
Hey, reputation. Really? Griffins? Solid shirt?
I said that like at the beginning of our conversation.
You already had a griffin?
Yeah. And the thing that you get the Jinner, I headshot that Griffin, and so it came up as salvage. And
I
it's
did not
a share of 15.
have a griffin.
Oh. Well, I did.
Oh, but for completing the quest, I got it. Question is, if I repaired